Well, hey, here we are. Guess we're live, right? So the good news is that I tested everything beforehand. So here we are. The bad news is that I've got to take my computer into the shop today, and the reason why is because I've got I just had the top case replaced, and it was because of the keyboard. The space bar was double spacing, and it was driving me right crazy. So I pretty much decided that I'll take it in, drop it off, and it was there for like 4 or 5 days, and at the Apple store, and they fixed it up and sent it home. Oh, you get a new battery and everything. Okay, cool, new battery. The old battery's fine, but hey, a new battery's cool. So they put the new battery in. I get home, and I start noticing, the computer's on the charger, and then the battery life will be down at, 60%, 70%, or then it goes down to, 5%. And this isn't right, so it's not charging. For some reason, the battery does not charge on this computer, or it's got some sort of short in it, I think. So it's going back to the shop today, and that may or may not predicate the rest of my week as far as this goes. So if I have to send it back, and I'll try to find out a way to keep cruising around on this. So anyway, how's everybody doing? I'm doing pretty good. I've been damn it, sorry. Guess I got to get a new cable for this here. Doing good. I've been a little bit feeling kind of I wouldn't say run down. I think it's because of the Mexican food that I ate today. I think it has sleep dust in it. Because, man, when I got home, that was game over. Just bam, right on the ground, or right on the bed, just plopped out for, I wouldn't say a long nap, about a half hour. Man, that food was great, but dude, it'll put you down for a bit. So anyway, the cat's in here right now, and I have a deaf white cat. She's a deaf girl, so she kind of likes the drums. She hangs out over in the corner and sleeps while I play. It's like most of the audiences I play to. Oh! Okay. Hey, Craig, what's happening? Glad to see I'm picking up some regulars in this joint. Cheers, man. Oh, God. It's a nice, snappy 2 degrees Celsius here in Seattle. What's that, about 36 degrees, just above freezing. And it feels nice out, but I'm inside and drinking lots of coffee. I've been saline spray is my savior. That it's just salt water, and I spray it up my nose and kind of keeps my head flushed out. So health tips with Billy. All right. So today, what we're working on is there's a new tune that I downloaded from vicfirth.com. It's called Back in the Day, and it's by it's a David Garibaldi thing. So I've only listened to the tune once. It's funkier than a 3-day-old Band-Aid. It's really cool. And I'm basically going to sit down and work out these grooves here and just kind of play through the exercises. And then hopefully by the end of this thing, that whatever we call it, I will be able to play some of these grooves. But I think first what I want to do is I want to play a tune because I want to get myself warmed up and get my energy flowing. Oh, but no. Let's do this first. Remember our stretches. So arm fully extended, stop. In the name of drums. Now you know why I don't ever get a mic. This is my only chance to get a microphone. And you just pull in like this. So I'm making a fist, and I'm just giving a small help right here, and I could feel all of the tops of my hand and sort of the top of my arm pulling, and this gets the underneath, under my arm. Well, the top of this part of my arm, or your arm, the arm. Oh man, thanks, Craig. That's really nice of you to say. Oh. Oh man, that feels good. Just stretches all those ligaments and tendons out. And pull over like this and slowly pull back. And now, here's the next thing I like to do. Take your fingers and then you just do the just kind of wiggle them around in the orbits. I do that just to keep my hands in shape. Okay, that feels good. It is good for every kind of warm-ups. If you use your fingers in any capacity on your instrument, good digital health. What I'm going for here is just trying to get evenness and to get the stick kind of like settled into my hand. Then I realize I'm leaning over to my left because the microphone's here. I'm going to double strokes. Paradiddles. Flams in. You're working your flams. Try to just, warm it up. Do your best to get them as high as you can. It'll really work that stretch. And notice something. I'm not letting my stick fly out like this. My stick is firmly in my hand when I come to the top of my stroke. So you want to really get your wrists. And with your traditional grip, there will be some sort of, this motion right here that you want to do. And because I use my thumb on the top of the stick like that, it's a little bit different. So what I try to do is just let my thumb control the stick and not have the stick flying out of my hand. But at the same time, there's a lot going on with my left hand as far as keeping the stick in place. What happens when you're playing? The stick will always want to ratchet outward like that. You see how it ratchets out? So it's this constant game with your hand of, twisting your fingers just a little bit to pull that stick back to the place you want it. Same thing with the left hand, except it's the other fingers here that are making the ratchet go backwards like that. Because it wants to ratchet out, like that. And so you're always doing, and it's a subconscious thing. But becoming aware of it, it ain't so bad. Posture is really important. Keeping yourself upright. And my teacher told me, who was the first guy that I took lessons from was a dude named Trip Harden out of Jackson, Mississippi. What he told me is that pretend there's a bolt in your chest and it's connected to a balloon and it's lifting you upwards. So it's pulling you back like this and your shoulders are slightly back. And that way you'll always keep your spine straight. Because posture is very important in drumming. It really is. How you sit and what you sit on. I would recommend if you're a drummer and you want to get a piece of gear that's going to improve your playing. The piece of gear that you're probably, you would never think that would make your playing 100 times better by itself. You know, you think you go out and buy a new pedal or a new cymbal or something like that. No, your throne. Go out and buy a decent throne. And that's going to make your playing better just by the fact that you're more comfortable. That's the gospel right there. What you sit on, you know, your environment. It's like when you're at your desk at work, if you have a desk at work or whatever it is. If you drive long haul trucking or something, you don't want to sit on a hard bench. No way, man. You're going to go get one of those nice ass gaskets that has the honeycomb silicone, and you sit down on that thing and it's like floating on air. Which, by the way, I got one of those. And I have it. It's in the trap case out in the garage. I take it to rehearsals with me because this throne's pretty comfortable. The other one, that pad, I was in Europe, and the throne that we had, it was a brand new DW. It was great, but holy crap, man, that thing was hard as a rock. And it was uncomfortable, and I mean, at the end of the night, I kept standing up. So when you see me stand up in those videos, it's not because I'm trying to get attention to myself. It's because my ass hurts. I mean, it's just, man, sitting is the new smoking. All right, so let's see. I'm going to go play a tune here, so I need to shut up and go play. Yeah. Little Mike Watson action there. Man, I love his music. He's such just an astronomically good player. He goes by FM Watson as well on SoundCloud, and he's got a bunch of acoustic pieces there. Mike Watson is his name. And he had a band called Schmaltz. If you look up Schmaltz Band San Diego, you'll find a lot of their videos. And the music was really progressive and weird and out there and just fun stuff. We have an album that we've been working on for I don't know how many years. Just kind of like one of those OCD things, ADD. We'll work on it every so often. It'll rear its head, its funny little cute head, and be like, "Feed me." We'll go do something. Musical relationships, kind of fun stuff. Okay, so I need to run permutation study number 12. That's what I'm going to do. Geez, this thing was kicking my butt yesterday. I think I'll go back and do number 11. It's been my habit, really, is just to go back and play through. I'm just going to go randomize these. I'll just pick one and kind of move around with it. Play a couple bars at a time, and then hit it. Trying to play these too fast. So I haven't quite mastered these yet, obviously. They're fun to play, though. observation. Sometimes when you're playing an exercise, and this exercise is strictly, it's pretty much the same sequence starting at different points. When you get that the weight of, say, like the anchor point of the 2, it makes it feel like it's almost a little slower, because that 2, we're, being drummers, we're so used to, putting that fat backbeat right there. So I tend to drag that particular one back. See, this is the introspection part of it that I start seeing. It's like, okay, well, so if I hold back right here a little bit and get more of that grease on the note, so. So almost make that snare drum slightly late. And so the 2 and the 4 tend to have that sort of effect on the rhythm. So let's see. Let's see. Yeah. That's the one with the accent that's squarely on the 4. Okay, so there's that was kind of fun. It's kind of paging my way through those. I know them. I'm not, it's not like I'm going to a recital or anything. Oh, okay. This one was giving me trouble yesterday in a couple places, and it's basically like like that. You know what? Here, have some angles. Yeah, once again. And then the next one over starts juxtaposed by 1/16 note. So let me get the click track on this, and I'm going to mute my microphone because what's that line out of oh God, what was that movie? Christopher Walken. Less talky, more ping pong. But first, coffee. When in doubt, slow her down. So I'm trying to play at 102 beats a minute. I want to go to 86. Take some of the pressure off. My brain wants to keep playing a bass drum in that one spot. Hi, ay, ay. So yeah, this stuff is kicking my butt, and it's cool. I like it. It's hitting me on a lot of different levels. The idea is to remember the pattern you're playing. And yeah, Bill Bruford. Man, I was just listening to some King Crimson. Have you heard the King Crimson with Gavin Harrison, Bill Rieflin, and Pat Mastelotto? The 3 drummer setup they have. Holy hell. That's crazy, man. It's crazy stuff. I listened to some of that last night, and man, that was some cool jam. Okay, so let me go back to this right here because I want to make it through this whole page. So I made it through, and I went to the top of the exercise again. You know, it's just trying to get everything to fall into sequence and getting myself broken out of that habit of wanting to play that bass drum in that one spot. No, that's not where the bass drum goes, and I have to keep telling myself that. If I have to break out the bass drum cessation devices, like the rubber band on the wrist, like every time you want to smoke, you snap the rubber band. Like every time I mess up, have a rubber band, pow, ow, end up looking like, with ligature marks on my arms, trying to correct my mistakes. But that's why we're here. See, I know that I'm sucking. I say, hey, this guy, he sucks, man. He's making mistakes. That's okay. I rather than running away in fear from my deficiencies, I'm running, flailing towards them. I don't know if it's a Naruto run or if it's running with scissors, but it's running towards the fear and facing it head on. So, anyways, I said I'd talk about it today, and I've got it behind me. And what is that you have there, Mr. Beal? Well, let me just show you what I got. Excuse me while I whip this out. I think we're going to go to one camera angle here. Hang on. Front cam. Yes. No, it's the right cam. There's front. Hi. It just looks like I'm wearing sunglasses, and I swear I'm not that cool. I have, my glasses have a blue tint to them. So it looks like I'm wearing dark shades, but no, it's just the glasses have sort of a blue tint, a bluish tint. Bluish. I'm kind of blue today. I don't know if you can tell or not. The camera in the front of me has the color balance on it's a little bit weird, and I think it's because it's staring at my dark shirt against the white drum heads, so the white balance in the camera is kind of wacky whack. I wonder if I could fix that. But before I do that, I'm just going to show you guys this pedal that I picked up yesterday, and we're going to try it out because I haven't even hit the drum with it yet. Imagine that. It used to be I'd get a new piece of gear, I'd go home and play with it for like 4 hours before it would even, Now I just might put it on the shelf. It's like, oh, cool, look, I just acquired that today. Well, I've been wanting a pedal that I can travel with because sometimes when we travel, we have luggage weight limitations. And the costs can rack up very quickly if you have weight limitations. I think when I say we, Paul paid $4,000 US to get our luggage from Osaka to Jakarta. It was some ridiculous amount. It was like, how the hell did it cost that much? I'm not sure what it was, but it was really expensive. And I know I wasn't overweight because I weighed everything. Paul bought us all luggage scales. He's like, here, I got you something. Cool, what's this? Oh, it's a luggage scale. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, just keep everything under 50 pounds. Okay. So I wanted something I could travel with. And this pedal, when I started researching, it was kind of like, well, that's the pedal I think I want. And I always wanted to get one, but I never got one. I just figured, it would just show up when it needed to. And so it kind of did. This is it's called a Perfect Balance pedal, made famous by a drummer named Jojo Mayer, who is a ridiculously talented and good drummer. He's from Switzerland, and he lives in New York, and he does a lot of that crazy, really fast drum and bass stuff. So I think I want to get over here. Get up in your grill with this. So here, check it out. I've got it kind of halfway folded. Look, you see that the way the spring's hanging right there? It's got this magnet up under there. Oh, you can't see it. There it is. You can see the magnet. It holds the spring at that. Now that right there, it was like I didn't even see that till I got home. That is freaking cool. So that way, this, your spring's not flapping loose and everything, falling around, and there, just locks right onto the pedal board. And so this folds up like that, and it's got a lock on it. And then you just pull this back, and then you take the pedal off that very strong magnet. And then you've got this sort of arrangement right here. And this pedal is just beautiful. It feels great. So I'm going to put a little tension on this because I like them a little bit tighter. And everything about this pedal just reeks quality. Like there's tension washers on the screws here. These little flat washers that compress, and they keep a little tension on the screw in case it comes loose. So where it keeps it nice, everything nice and tight. You want all your pedal stuff to be nice and tight, except for the armature here. You want all that to flow like that. But dang, man, that is just gorgeous. Okay, let me pull off my DW. The thing is now is I've been playing double bass drums with the double bass drum pedal now, and I kind of like it, so I wish this came in a double pedal. That would be sweet. Okay. Apparently I have to tweak it a little bit so I can get it on there. Jeez Louise, man. Okay, get in there with a drum key. Come on. Come on, you. Okay, just about there. One thing I like about this pedal already is that it's got the clamp, the hoop clamp on it. You basically set it once for the bass drum, like say if it's your bass drum, you just set it once, and then it when you can clamp, you can put it on the drum, and then you flip that little the frame of the pedal up, and it's got a set screw that automatically comes down and presses on the hoop clamp. So deploying this pedal, like taking it off, you would fold it down, it seems, and it's pretty nice. I think I need to get my rear camera out so I can let me do that. Hang on. Hi. So I have there's the cat right there. Hey, girl. Yes, this is my baby. Ripley the deaf white cat. Come here, you. This cat. She's such a goof. Tim Beery, hey man, that's one of those JoJo Mayer perfect balance pedals. Dude, this thing is great. It folds up flat, and Works really nice. Okay, kitty, there you go. Hang out over there. Okay, let me put this camera down by my foot, and then we can go from there. It's going to get weird. Hold on. You come here. Okay. All right. You see that all right? Tim, it's made by Sonar. I would want the throw to go back a little farther. You see where it's sitting right now? And Tim Beery, you're the one who I can thank for that. Yeah, buddy. Timmy plays his pedals way back. And let me tell you the logic behind that. You know, why would you only bring your stick up halfway, right? It's brilliant. So you bring your stick all the way back so you get that nice full stroke, top to bottom. And the same thing goes with the bass drum pedal. Why would you set it that far away from the bass drum head? Because the only way you can play fast like that is to tense up, and you don't want to have to tense up. The idea is to be as loose as you can. So therefore, keeping the yoke back as far as you can on that pedal, and I like to go back 90 degrees from the head, or perpendicular to the head. Yeah, it makes all the difference in the world. So. This pedal, it feels great. Under my foot, it's not a lot. You know, there's not a lot of wasted space on the footboard. It's big and round where it needs to be, and at the very back, you can see where I am. No, sorry. You can see where my foot sits right there. It's the very back of it. Slide up a little bit. I don't know any of those real fancy schmancy moves the young kids do nowadays, and they can play like 16th notes at like 150 beats a minute with 1 foot, right? Like there's already some 7-year-old that's gonna whip your ass on the drums if you think you're. For me anyway, it's like when I start like, oh man, I'm getting really good. I'm getting top of my game, and well, yeah, but there's a 7-year-old who can do it like that. But my philosophy on that is like kids these days. I mean, they're great and they're talented, but it's like flicking water on the paper. They flick their thing out there, and it's great. It sounds awesome, but it's like water hitting a page. And then what happens to the water? It dries up and it's gone. So it's just a flash and it's gone. Whereas somebody like, say, B.B. King, if he flicks some water on a page, man, that water's going to immediately start growing mushrooms and moss, and because there's so much substance in there. And that's one thing that you can't buy, or you can't even rent it. You have to. Well, you could hire a pro like me or Tim Beery, but that's where that's really important. Having that the substance in your playing. B.B. King, exactly. My family knew him because we all grew up in Mississippi. And anyways, I think I'm going to play another song here because it's time to play a song. Because I went through my exercises. I did my homework. I've done the homework. Okay, so let me find something. What do I want to play? Okay. I got to find new tunes here, too, because you guys are going to start getting sick of the same ones that I play. But, I mean, these tunes, they scratch particular itches, so to speak. Alrighty, then. No, I don't have lice. I've got groove lice. False start. I have to pull this pedal out of here. It just doesn't give me any meat because I feel like I have to work. And I'll fix that, but I haven't set it up yet. 1 second. Hold, please. Just like that. Isn't that cool? Okay, so I'll get that set up and we'll get that rolling for tomorrow. Okay. Everybody's tight and happy. Oh, Timmy, let me show you this here. See? Folds up. And look here. See the set screw right here? It's set right there. And then when you fold it up, you see it presses down here. And then that's solid. And then you can see the spring stay right there. It's the little magnet. That little magnet's strong as get out too. You kind of literally have to like snap it off of there. This is by the Odd Get Even. It's called Return to Babylon. So the story behind that tune is I've got a writing partner in Chicago. He takes these drum solos that I do. First of all, I'll record a song like in my head. I'll play the drum part to a song that doesn't exist. Then I send it out on the internet, and people write things to it and send it back to me. It's this collaboration thing I've been doing for a lot of years. And so my friend Bill Cornish out of Chicago, he wrote a part to that, and I absolutely hated the drum part that I did on the second half. So what I told him to do, I asked him, would you please send me the track without the drums and let me just sort of jump in on it and recut it for you. And so he did. And so basically, because the time sounds all wonky in there, it's because that was my original time with no click track, and I had to go back and retrace all my little steps and rhythmic foibles and pushes and pulls and try to fit the moment, you know. So that's what's the deal with that tune. And I'm going to do one more tune because my computer's got to go to the shop, and I need to get out of here. I got to be there in 45 minutes. Thanks, Tim. So I'm going to do one more tune by Simeon. Actually, no, I'm going to do one more by Mike Watson. I'm going to do The Dance. This has got some parts. So this will be my last tune for today. Thanks for showing up. I'll be here tomorrow. Same bat time, 4:30 Seattle time. Did I grow up with Carlock? No, but I grew up in the same drum shop, and I knew him when he was like 12 or 13, and up until like he was 15 or so. He's a couple of years younger than I am. He's late 40s, and I'm 51. So he took lessons from George Lawrence, and George is in Memphis now. And I took, Tim, definitely. Oh, thanks, Craig. Yeah, I saw Keith growing up and coming to drum lessons, and man, that kid, listen to me. That guy, yeah, he's always been that good. Like when he was 13, he had big old blonde hair down to his ass. He played a set of Slingerlands with a double kick drum. He was a Neil Peart freak. Matter of fact, he wrote to Neil Peart, and George used to send out a newsletter called Talking Drums, and it was all about all the, like different articles and stuff. It was a newsletter. And so they published that letter from Neil Peart to Keith and the drums. And, God, there were so many good players there. Quintus Johnson, Quinious, Quintus Johnson, that guy. He's still in Jackson, Mississippi, and he's still badass as ever. So, well, guys, I got to roll in the Mac store. Not the makeup place, the Apple store. That's what I call it, the Mac store. I got to take this thing in and have it diagnosed because it's got some problems with the battery. And, so same bat time tomorrow. Thanks, you guys, for showing up. This is a lot of fun. I enjoy doing this, and this kind of holds me accountable for practicing because that's exactly why I'm doing it. So, I'll be doing it tomorrow. Talk to you then, and peace, love, and chicken grease.